The first thing that comes to mind when someone mentions Africa are mostly false misconceptions. In Mistaking Africa, Curtis Kime lists words that he has found most people think of when they hear Africa. These words include jungle, warrior, hut, safari, pyramid, lion, and spear. When I think of Africa, I first think of animals such as tigers, lions, giraffes, and antelope. I think of a poverty-stricken people that are withering away from malnutrition. These ideas are conveyed to us by many commercials and TV shows. Think of how many commercials that you have seen asking for you to donate money to help feed starving children in Ethiopia and other places in Africa. While these scenarios may be true, Africa is about more than savanna animals and starving children. Africa is a continent that is rich in culture. One of the main misconceptions about ancient Africa is it is not responsible for many original ideas. This belief is completely false. The rest of the world should study Africa because of the many unique traditions and processes that other parts of the world practice were born in Africa. Many think of Africa as a single country instead of a diverse continent. Africa is a continent that is extremely diverse in language, religion, and geography. The influence that Africa has had across the globe is astonishing. How do we truly learn the truth about Africa? The answer is to look past the false misconceptions and dive into a deep study of Africa.
Religion is a major focus point as to why I study Africa. Culture and religion are two aspects that help define the many different cultures of Africa. A better understanding of the various religions throughout Africa help develop our understanding of why cultures have the diverse traditions and practices that they observe. During Greek, Roman, and Arab conquest, major world religions such as Christianity and Islam were integrated into traditional African beliefs. Not only were they accepted, sometimes traditional religions were blended with Christianity or Islam. Africa is home to one of the oldest types of religion in human civilization. The practice of voodoo began in Africa about 10,000 years ago. Voodoo is probably the best example of African syncretism in the Americas. It began essentially in parts of Africa, but as slave trade progressed, the structure of voodoo moved into European colony of Haiti. Voodoo is still practiced in Haiti to this present day.
Africa attains the great and immense ability to influence other parts of the world in ways that are unique to pretty much all other counterparts and entities. Music, in particular, is one of those facets of African culture that provides a richer meaning of life to all it touches and encounters. Like dance, in Africa especially, music encompasses a major means to offer great influences in other popular culture. Africa has always been a genuine leader in musical development as a whole, and especially in Egypt. The growth of the gospels, blues, ragtime, and jazz music hit the scene with immense intensity. And along with this surge of music came the productions of various plays, movies, and Broadway-type performances and shows.
Dance in Africa is very important to their culture, and it has also influenced other cultures as well. One main type of dance is for entertainment, but other dances include celebration dances, traditional dances, and dances to gods. During the transatlantic slave trade, traditional dances from Africa, like the Oud war dance from Ghana, came with them. This dance is still used today for cultural events. Also, dances well known to us, such as the jig or foxtrot, were formed from a basis of African dance. Also, the word juke from New Orleans jukebox joints is derived from the Bambara word zugu, meaning wicked. But these places were often celebration for African secular dances. Many cultures, and even New Orleans, has been influenced by African dance.
Africa is responsible for a large portion of international culinary culture as well. Because so many ancient African civilizations were rurally based, people groups in Africa were the first to discover subsistence farming, growing the food they survived on. Outdoor markets that sell food also originated in Africa. Many foods made up of farm-grown grains such as porridge, sorghum, and corn were first discovered or invented in Africa. Even coffee was first discovered on the continent when an Ethiopian goat herder stumbled upon it in the 13th century. Many of these foods have become staples in other cultures, and they were brought over to the Americas during the transatlantic slave trade. The sweet potato from Africa has become a culinary tradition in the Thanksgiving holidays.
Anthropology isn't just about searching for our human ancestry or how races came to be. While learning about our evolutionary history, from Lucy to our mitochondrial Eve, anthropologists provide us with the knowledge to understand human migrations, cultural differences, and human development today. Living intimately and interacting with these societies, anthropologists write ethnographies, describing how things such as religious traditions or even oral traditions are integrated into their culture and culminated with outside traditions, such as Christianity or Islam. They study our differences and similarities, such as Western perceptions of beauty compared to in African cultures. Anthropology has given us knowledge to understand Africa's history and cultures, giving us the tools to understand our differences, our similarities, and how we all offer something important culturally.